What up? Welcome to Stand on the Media. Salute to my Stand on the Media team, the District 13 Media team. Salute to y'all. Happy Friday and happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. If you are new to my channel, much appreciated. Do me a favor though, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave me a comment in this video. Please share the video. Hit the notification bell. You will be notified when we drop these videos. So look, man, we like to get right to the content, and this won't be no different, but I do want to pay some bills. Let me give a shout out to my day one A1, my guy, the representative of ETE, who started ETE, my guy Smoked Out TV. So we're going to review his content, man. So remember, to my Stand on the Media family, right? Remember, in recent videos that I put out, I kept referencing Mark Stevens being, an agent, a sports agent for Shaquille O'Neal, famous guy, way at the top, man, still got millions of dollars, still living his life, still a celebrity doing his thing, but more privately. He came down from his busy schedule to entertain an interview with Don Mukiwe Conversations about the paperwork that he has during that Main Street case where Wack 100 was involved, where he says he freed what was it, 11, whatever the number was, Main Streets. It was a lot of them. He said he helped free. And I kept telling y'all, man, Mark Stevens is a well-accomplished individual who has he won't gain anything out of exposing this information or divulging this information. However, he did it because he felt that Cash Jones, CS2BACK is what we alleging is in this case, was going on a smear campaign, smearing Big U. And Mark Stevens is real good friends with Big U, Muslim brothers, and he got annoyed. He got annoyed of the constant hate that Wack 100 was spewing towards Big U at this time. And he said, man, enough is enough. Let me reach out to Do Sims and them, man, and let me give them the paperwork. Let me give them the truth of what really happened that day with Shaquille O'Neal being extorted with the Main Street case. So, nevertheless, sit back and relax, man. This is that audio I've been telling y'all about. If you haven't heard it, you in for a treat. If you have, listen to it. Pay attention a little more. You might have missed something, but I definitely think this is very, very important to bring up at this moment. So salute to Smoked Out TV for having the mindset to bring this back out. Let's go.
Heavy. Dark 808s kick in with avid Frank Sims. The beat slowly builds up to a full drop.
Smoked out, we about to expose the game. Ain't no hiding, we pulling up with the flame. From the streets to the screen, y'all all gon' see. I'm Smoked Out TV, we expose the exposers, believe me.
Yeah, we roll deep, no cap, this a takeover. Sipping on truth, we keep it moving like a soldier. Tired of the fake, tired of the lies. On Smoked Out TV, we bring the real to your eyes. Watch it unfold, no bluff, no disguise. We show what's hidden behind all the lies. Truth hurts, but we gon' expose it all on Smoked Out TV. We answer the call. Smoked Out, we about to expose the game. Ain't no hiding, we pulling up with the flame. From the streets to the screen, y'all all gon' see. On Smoked Out TV, we expose the exposers, believe me.
What's going on? I'm here.
We got Mark Stevens on, and
Okay.
hey Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can hear you. Salute Mark Stevens. That's the way to salute everybody. Salute.
Yes, sir.
So you was cool with him from the beginning, even negotiated on some business as he.
Yeah, I met him with Stutterbox. I met him with the homie Stutterbox. That's how I first came to meet Wack, was through the homie Stutterbox, right? When I met him, dude was driving trucks, seemed to be cool. Box was like, yo, this was his neighbor across the street. He seemed to be cool. When Stutterbox defected, Wack picked up the phone and was basically being the interim, the middleman, because he was telling me Stutterbox was defected, and I was like, okay, but my whole thing is, if he defected, why are you fucking with him?
Right. So he says that Stutterbox defected, and then you get some phone calls asking to speak to someone else, right?
Yeah, he called me. He called me, man. It was, man, a series of calls, 4 or 5 calls. He wanted to reach out to the homie, rest in peace, Dell Dog. And right. I don't give out nobody mask, so I called the homie, Dell Dog. I'm like, yo, homie, you want to holler at this dude or what? Cause he keep calling me, and he was like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't want to holler at dude.
So at some point, you get a phone call from Wack 100, Cash Jones, and when he contact you, what did he contact you concerning?
He wanted to reach out to Dell Dog, rest in peace, and he wanted to give Dell Dog some information that he had gotten from Stutterbox, right? It's like he was getting information from Stutterbox on what his plan was and what the get down was gonna be, and he wanted to talk to the homie and talk to him. And Dog wasn't getting on the line with him, and he kept blowing me up because he wanted me to get him on the line.
Right. Smart man. Rest in peace to Dell Dog, man. So he's talking about the phones is being compromised. Is that one of the things that he told you?
Well, the homie Dell Dog never trusted dude. You follow me?
Right.
So Dog didn't know was the lines compromised or was they wired up for sound or not. He just wasn't gonna chance it. You follow me?
Right.
But it was later on. It was later on after they took the case to they was taking it all away because the homie ain't had no choice. You know, he was facing a life sentence, so he had to take it all away. And with all the lawyers that was involved, they was able to get the discovery, and that's when we found out that the lines was compromised.
And as soon when you get the discovery, was part of that the actual wiretap,
the whole transcript. I got the whole transcript, of the whole wiretap.
Now, I just want to wake this up and we get right back to it. Mark Stevens, well-accomplished man, was a sports agent for Shaquille O'Neal, millions of dollars, living way beyond where we at in this little universe that we're in, right? Don't have no real quarrels with Wack 100 outside of Wack 100 is out here tarnishing a man's name who's really doing for his community, right? You heard what he said. He has the full transcripts to the wiretaps to the case. That man not lying. Let's go.
And do you, in that paperwork, do you see your conversation with Cash Jones in them transcripts?
That was the initiating. When they started recording.
Right. And how did they refer to Cash Jones?
In the paperwork they put him as Back, B-A-C-K. And
correct.
I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is? I ain't talked to no Back. And they said, nah, that's Wack. But they put him as Back because he a blood, so it's Back. And I said, oh, okay.
And was this Back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Well, man, I'm glad that the truth was at
CS2BACK, confidential source 2. So I'm gonna be very transparent here. I had reached out to Deuce Sims on the gram, and I asked him. I said, to nail this and to seal it up, to bring it on home, right? To tie up all the loose ends. It would be nice to know who CS1 was, and I understand and respect his position in that they didn't want to pursue that because that wasn't his gripe, that wasn't his battle. There was some people, the hood, the politics that was involved, didn't feel it was necessary to go that deep, to dive more deeper into it, right? But for me, I'm trying to see if there's a possibility that it isn't Wack 100. So I need to identify who all the key players is. So they say in the transcripts, well, Mark Stevens says that's the initiating of the wiretap. That's the initiating when they start to talk to Cash Jones. So that means he's already wired for sound, right? That's what that would mean. He's already wired. They did kick in his door, raid his home. So was that when they flipped him, or was he already flipped and that was staged? That's where I get confused at. Or was him talking to talking to Stutterbox is what got him compromised. I don't know, but either way it goes, when they started to talk to Cash Jones, that's when the wiretap started, meaning he was wired for sound. Let's go.
Was that able to come out? And it's sad.
But bigger than that, homie, right? I watched dude, man. He said some things about the big homie Shaq, that wasn't true. He said some things like he been trying to destroy the big homie Big U name, and I'm seeing and watching this. And I called the big homie U. We was talking. I said, yo, when you get into Atlanta, man, come see me. Because I had what I had for years. And when I gave it to the homie, I said, man, you read it. Because it was a big-ass textbook of shit. And the homie just sided with what was right. He said, I can't fuck with dude no more. And that was the end of that.
Until Wack started attacking, and that's when Wack started attacking him with false allegations and all of this online weird shit, right?
Correct, because the homie Big U asked me why I didn't fuck with the nigga, and I said, when you pull up, I'm gonna show you. I want you to read it. And when he read it, he was like, oh, okay, I see why you don't fuck with the nigga. I can't fuck with the nigga. And that was it.
Wait, how long was it from when you first got it that you met you in Atlanta to show him the work?
I got the paperwork from the attorneys probably in, I want to say 12 or 13, because it was a series of, remember the incident happened in 07, 06, 07, but Box had went to prison. He called a drug case, so he went to prison, and they waited to almost the last month of the statute of limitations to go get the homies from Main Street. Right. So it had been about a 5-year period from the time that had happened to the time that they came and got the big homies. And then once how
did you feel about you waiting that long now?
Well, he chastised me, and I never, one of the things, bro, and it's like it's the slippery slope, as people say, right? Like, on one end, Wack, the nigga, he wasn't doing no harm, right? He was just trying to move around and be the tough guy. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, okay, that's what you want to do, cool.
Are you looking to establish your business using an address other than your home? Well,
But then it went from that to, I heard what he was saying about the big homie Shaq, and then I heard what he said about Big U, and that's when I picked up the phone.
So what he's saying is, he knew. I'm just paraphrasing here. So this, well, it is what it is. What he's saying, and to me, is he knew Wack was a fraud when he seen Wack out here talking about on Pyro this and on Pyro that, and he was running around playing tough and doing all these plays. He was harmless. He wasn't going after good people, solid people. It wasn't until he started to go at Big U, that's when he said, you know what? I need to say something about this. And I'm going to say this, Mark Stevens, salute to you, brother. For real, man. I mean, that it's hard to criticize, man, when you ain't in that situation, or you know what I mean? That you don't know the psyche you'll be in, like, cause he knows Wack. He probably didn't have no real ill issues with Wack. You know what I'm saying? So he probably didn't want to blow up Wack's spot, or Mark Stevens was compromised. It's one of the two. Cause that's what just makes me like, yeah, Yeah, it's tough to criticize the situation, but I am. If I had that type of information, I'm trying to let as many people I know, humanly possible, including Big U, that man is working. That's my only gripe with all this. Like Mark Steve, you was cool with Big U as far as what it sounds like to me. Why you didn't tell Big U this years ago? And I always had the question in the back of my mind is, did Suge Knight know? I would have to think so. And when Reggie Wright say he found out, is that true? Or did Reggie been knowing this all along? Because I heard that's who brought Wack 100 to death row. It was Reggie Wright who did that. Is all these people know and just stay a little secret. Long as you ain't out there using your snitch powers for bad, then we won't say nothing. I don't know. But that's what I do question about it. You know what I'm saying? Why? That's something I feel like I would have to let anybody that I gave a F about know. Because if not, they might be in a compromising situation to this person. And that's how Wack been catching people. Putting them in compromising situations, getting their information, befriending them, and then get that information. And once they don't do what he need them to do, they don't do their bidding, he turns on them and he uses it as leverage. Dirty game. It's a dirty game. This whole thing was dirty. But let's go.
Hey, you, man, I want you to read something, man. And then once you read it, once you know, you know. That's Quran. That's the Holy Quran. Once you know, you know. You're accountable for what you know. And when he read it, he said, okay, I see why you don't fuck with dude. I can't fuck with dude. And that was it. Let me tell you something, man. I probably haven't seen nor talked to Wack in years, And, I wish everybody success and happiness, but not on the basis of lies.
Right.
And
not on and it's really indicative of your character, Mark, because you have a whole campaign publicly of a brother that's heavy in our community positively, helping get these kids graduated from school and into football and all of these other positive things, and he's smutting his name through the mud just because he decided not to deal with it.
And brother, well put. Look, I call the homie Big U all the time. I call him the naked truth. And he always be like, why you call me the naked truth? I said, because Wack is the well-dressed lie.
Bitch, I'm naked right now.
It's an old parable about truth and lie went swimming. And, lie jumped out the water and put on truth clothes. So you had a well-dressed lie, but then truth got out the water and it was naked. So you got the naked truth that's trying to run down a well-dressed lie. Feel what I'm saying?
Throw a rock and hide his hand.
Right. That's a familiar tactic that he used. But we needed to get the truth where truth appears, falsehood disappears, man. And I wanted to hear that for myself, man.
Man, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. And, God bless. But like I said, man, it's a lot of things is just a well-dressed lie. That's all I can say.
Right. And that's what Cass Jones is. He is the well-dressed lie.
Yeah, and Big U is the naked truth. It is what it is. He always stood on the side of truth. He ain't never wavered from that. From the time I gave him that paperwork, I watched him take assault after assault because he just did the right thing. He just said, I can't fuck with you.
And I'm so glad that he ain't responded publicly to these negative lies, because he's above that shit. Let him stay low and you just stay high. Don't let this man trick you up off the street or the feeling like you gotta address every lie he makes up every day.
Well, and then you gotta understand too, bro, it's, like I told you about throwing a rock and hiding your hand. What's the motive for throwing the rock to begin with? Like, we know the rock is being thrown, but what's the motive? Only thing I saw the homie Big U do, put out a great documentary on hip hop. I see him, man, putting these kids through college and sending them like I'm trying to understand what's the motive, or is a motive that we can't comprehend because we don't think on those levels. You feel me?
Hey, that's perfectly said. And I'm gonna tell you this: in all of my life, being from the community of South Central Los Angeles, only time I ever heard of a public artificial dissemination of disinformation was through COINTELPRO and J. Edgar Hoover, man. And I'm just gonna drop that jewel and let you go, man.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good day, man.
Likewise, kid.
Brother. All right, salam alaikum.
Salute.
So that's pretty much the end of that clip. So look, when you hear me say that dude is a poison to our community, that he targets people from our community and goes out of his way to tear them down and get them locked up. Let me give you a good example, and we gonna go. The girl what's her name? SKG or SKI? Whoever that lady was that pulled up on Big U at one of his what was it, a fundraiser event? I think it was a fundraiser or something like that. But I know it has something to do with doing for the building and doing something for the community. I do know that. It was a nonprofit. It was something that was positive for the community that he's from. And Wack paid this woman. I would think she got paid. I hope she ain't that stupid. You know what I mean? At least I hope you got paid for that stupidity and that little time you spent in jail. But he set up a play to have that. And no, I can't prove none of that's factual. But I got common sense. And most of y'all who know the story, you have common sense. And now that you know that Wack's real gripe with Big U is because he found out that Wack is an informant and was working. That's his energy towards Big U. We should now know that situation was a setup. It was a play to get Big U locked up and embarrassed. Well, second half of that happened. That was a success because it was embarrassing. It wasn't just embarrassing for Big U. It was embarrassing for all of us as a people, because that wasn't the white man out there getting in our way, hindering us. That was our own people. I don't care if they called the play, if the white man called the play. It was a brother who went ahead and acted it out, who talk just like us, sound just like us, come from where we come from, got all the lingo down packed, the lingo bingo. Salute to my guy Big Duke from District 13. The lingo bingo. He chucking and jiving out here with all of us. But he has a different agenda, though. His agenda is to get us up off the street, especially if you become a threat. And a threat to him is knowing his true identity. Wake that up. That was a play ran on Big U that night. That woman went up there to verbally assault Big U, end up throwing something at him and physically assaulting him in hopes that he would attack her so he can go to jail, to trick him off the streets. This ain't just about Wack. It's who Wack represents, his handlers. His handlers have him attacking, targeting our people to get them off the street. We can take a lot of guesses, we can make up a lot of excuses, we can do all that, but I think we all understand why. Anything that's positive, that promotes peace and prosperity amongst our people is a threat to them. You feel me? Wealth, common knowledge, understanding, wisdom. Getting along, peaceful, being respectful to one another, policing our own communities, keeping us in line, sending our kids to school to get an education to be better in this world. All that type right there is a sign of danger to them. Whoever them is. And that dude, Wack 100, signed up to be a part of that, to be a part of them. I 100% believe that. It's my opinion. I don't have facts behind it, except for what I see with my own eyes and hear with my own ears and my own intuitions, my five senses, my understanding. Crazy. Anyway, salute to my man Smoked Out TV for bringing this back out, man. It's crazy because I've been telling my people, man, every chance I get, go listen to Mark Stevens and what he had to say about this. That man has no reason to lie. He has no reason to come out here and slander Wack's name. And if I remember correctly, I don't think he ever publicly, Wack 100 publicly said Mark Stevens was lying about this. I don't remember him going at Mark Stevens, being loud about this or anything like that. And that speaks volumes to me. You may wonder why, but that speaks volumes to me. I don't think you want to challenge that man because he says he has the transcripts. He got the shit. the shit. He got the shit. That's a fact. And if y'all really want to get caught up and you ain't familiar, go to Don Mukiwe Conversation /Active Chucks. Man, they got all the information that you need on this. Go check them out, man. They get you right. Salute to ETE, Expose the Exposers. Salute to Smoked Out TV for the great content. My day one A1. If you're new to my channel, thank you for making it this far. Do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment in this video. Please share the video. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when I drop videos. We have a Discord. The Discord is active. The Discord is popping. Salute to Phoenix J because she always is promoting that Discord, putting in work down there in that Discord, building that Discord up. The community is getting bigger. The content down there is getting better. Best Discord in the game, hands down. Not like that other one. You know who we are down there. Yeah. You know who we are down there. Stand on the Media, District 13 Media. We in the building. And like I always say, until next time, we're going to catch y'all on the other side. Let's get it.
Thank you.